Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gavinsky's Tutorials. Today I'm looking at Blue Mangoo's stereo delay, and I just found out from Hans, the developer, that this was actually their first plugin, which is pretty interesting. I didn't know that. Now he also told me something else about this delay. He explained to me why, in his opinion, or as far as he knows I should say, this is the only delay in the world that does one particular special thing that this delay does, and I'm going to talk later in the video about what that is. This is going to be a pretty short video today, I think around 10 minutes maybe, and I've got 3 copies of this app to give away. Look at the pinned comment at the top of the comment section for details of how to win. And listen everybody, make sure you check your emails from YouTube, because I have a few people who haven't replied to me from my comments in recent videos when I told them, hey, you want an app, haven't heard anything back from them. For example, Port Wayne, another one, Frampton's Loot. I think there's some others too. I sometimes send people several messages and still don't get any reply. So I'm going to just have to give those away to someone else if I don't hear from you guys soon. Okay, anyway, let's first hear a few instances of different instruments that have the stereo delay applied to them. Later in the video, I'll then talk about all the different features of the app, and then I'll just explain a little bit about some other aspects of the setup here, but nothing too detailed. Okay. I've also got an instance of Attack Softener by Blue Mangoo here. I'll talk later about what that's doing. That's really cool actually. You can hear the difference. Okay, so heavy amounts of delay applied there, but very musical sounding. I think I like the way this sounds. So I'm going to look to explain how this delay works. I'm going to look at another instance of Ravenscroft that I've got set up over here. And I've actually got another delay before the Blue Mangoo one, TFX Echo. Love this delay as well, and I'll talk later about why I've added that in here. I'll take it off though first. And this is just the Blue Mangoo oscilloscope, their new oscilloscope. Might have a look at that later. Okay, so let's hear first of all this dry piano. Very, very simple. Just playing a little regular repeating pattern. Okay. So here we have the stereo delay. But why am I putting another delay in front of it, which is bypassed at the moment? Well, because this delay does not do very fast delay times. Now, I don't think it's a big problem because, like I say, you can just put another delay before it. I'm choosing this one because I love TFX Echo. It's a really, really transparent delay. Both of these are very transparent delays. So let's hear. This is what it's like with just TFX Echo. Sounds really nice, but listen to what the stereo delay adds. I really like what the stereo delay does. If you're listening with headphones, you will see that that is adding a lot of very interesting stereo panning into what's going on here. Now, let's let's look at a few things. So here we have a dry and wet knob. This is fully wet. Sometimes I really like to use the fully wet setting because then we can do cool stuff with these filters over here. So here we have a high cut and a low cut filter. Right, so here we're getting a nice kind of band pass thing going on. If it wasn't all wet, you can hardly hear that delay there. But like this, we've got this nice band passy thing. So then we can start with something like that and we can kind of, gradually fade things in. And we can just play with these as a kind of aspect of our performance. And so here we have the delay times. Now, when you move it, the audio cuts out. Not crazy about that, but it is what it is. There's no free delay time. You only have synced options. Another thing I don't really like, but I still like this delay. So you can see here what we've got. We got from 2 beats down through different things: triplets, 1 beat, quintuplets, 3/4, 1/8, triplets, half beat, 3rd, 1/4, 5th. Okay, so here we have decay time. Let's put the decay up. And now let's talk about this rotation. So this is the feature that Hans told me. As far as he knows, this is probably the only delay in the world that does things exactly like this. And I was a bit worried that I would remember exactly the way he described to me this thing works. So let's just look over here at this note that I made from the email he sent me. Let's read this together. The feedback passes through a rotation matrix before going back to the input. The function of the rotation matrix is to change the pan so that every time an echo repeats, it comes from a different location in the stereo field. This is really unusual. Many delays have an LFO modulated pan at the output, but that type of pan moves the whole signal left or right together. The rotation matrix does not do that. With the rotation matrix, you can have many different echoes coming out of the delays together at the same time, and each of them is panned differently, right? So that's the interesting thing, and that's what makes this sound really good. Many different echoes coming out of the delays together at the same time, and each of them is panned differently. So let's go and have another little listen to what that can sound like. Again, this rotation is not really a good thing to move while you're performing. So again, this is the TFX echo. This is by the way, IONIRX playing silly buggers. I don't know what it's doing. I sent a message to the developer also telling him this is being a bit weird. Okay. So, this is nice and everything, but when we add this in, this is just so much more interesting. Because we're getting all these delays just sort of popping out, panned all over the place, it keeps your attention. This is something that you always want to look for in music. Small little things that keep things interesting, small little changes. Let's Okay, so really nice sounding delay, really nice sounding. Now, as I said, I would take a look at what's going on here. So here we have Ravenscroft, and that is being played by this instance of Ioniarix. It's playing these notes here. Let's have a little listen. So let's hear it. This is it dry, right? Not very interesting at all. This is with the attack softener. So the attack softener is really nice to apply to things like pianos to cut out the fast attack at the beginning of a note. But again, just like that, doesn't really sound all that nice. Now with TFX Echo on, with 16th double. Nice. But this is much nicer with both of them. This is with just the Blue Mangoo one. So as you can see, I strongly advocate, it depends what you're looking for, but I really like using this with other delays. Everybody should have a collection of delays. Get as many as you can. I love delays. Love them. Okay, so that's what this is doing. Now, over here, we have Toluno. Really love the sound of this. I'll do a video on this soon with codes to give away. This is actually an arpeggiated patch, but it's also being played by an instance of Ioniarix, which itself is an arpeggiator. It's being played by this one. So the same as this Ravenscroft. And then here we have another instance of Toluno being played by a different instance of Ioniarix. And this is playing a bass patch. This is actually a Ravenscroft doing the same one, but I much prefer the Toluno. This is without the attack softener. Also nice, but different. I like it with attack softener. Let's look at what the attack softener is doing on this Toluno. So I'll take all these off first. Take those off again. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Mangoo stereo delay. Extremely nice, like it a lot. And as I said earlier, if you're watching this in the first 2 days of this video being out, you've got a chance to win one of 3 free copies of this app. Take a look at the pinned comment in the comments section on YouTube comments. And if you missed out on this, well, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. I often have apps to give away. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Really appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.